Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. I'm your host, Joba Deomi, and this is episode 4. This is part of the social issues series. And this episode, we'll be talking about social media, the negative side, the positive side, how it affects our everyday lives, and things we can do to minimize the negativity or the harm caused by social media. I'm here with a friend of mine, Benjamin. And he has a podcast, Spill the Tea with Benjamin. I will link that in the description of the episode, right? So, Benjamin, why don't you tell the listeners about yourself?
Um, Hi everybody. My name is Benjamin. I'm a podcaster. I'm a writer and a weaver. Yeah. So basically, I I do podcast about societal topics and relationship. That's my name. And when you came to tell me about this topic, I was like, okay, social media. All right, let's jump on it now. So yeah, I'm really excited to record this episode with Yoba.
All right. And the most important part of it is that you also use social media, right?
Yeah. I use it every time, every day.
So,
Yeah.
that uses social media to have his own opinion on the whole social media topic stuff. So, let's get to the first point.
All right.
In your own opinion, what do you think social media is?
Well, I feel social media is a place where a lot of people just come together to say their own point of views of things, and sometimes it's a place where people just come for entertainment, just come to have fun. Some people just come to social media. I'm not like giving a defined definition. You get? I'm just trying to say my own point. You understand me? Just so you all understand. And some people just go on social media just for okay, maybe they are stressed. They just want to just stay at work. You understand? You just open social media. Sometimes when I'm really stressed, I just just go to Instagram or just go to Twitter and just catch more cruise and
Yeah,
back to normal. Just have to go back.
yeah. Me, I personally believe social media is like society 2.0, but society 2.0 without without actual consequences and actual.
Yeah.
I'll put it like that. But social media is forget all the negative side. To my own definition, social media is like where people connect with themselves and engage with other people around the world. Because if there wasn't social media, we won't have this more connected society that we have now. I can't be able to talk to someone in Canada or US or maybe France or something if there wasn't social media. I was like connecting us together and everything, and people are now out there on social media sharing their ideas, sharing innovations, and sharing visions for the next big thing or whatever. So social media is really huge and it's really nice for people that just there for entertainment. People make money off social media too, which is also nice. People make money off it, yeah. And me personally, I just go to social media for if I'm not if I'm not interested in like working or like maybe I'm tired of working, I just want to like check what's going on in the world, like something like what you say, like entertainment. You're done with work and everything, and just like scroll on Twitter or something, just check what's occurring in the world. So, in your own opinion, how powerful do you think social media is relative to like politics or just social issues, just
Okay.
major topics in our society?
I think social media is very powerful, but the fact that you can make six figures off social media just staying at home is that's really powerful. So social media is that powerful, and it can be used to do a lot of things. You can just you can build your own brand social media without going through the stress of going to submit certificates in government office or everything. That's now nonsense. Um, politically, it is good because you can just criticize the government, just for we are in Nigeria, we are in a period of election where everybody is trying to put their best man in power, or the person that they feel is best in power. You get me? So everybody is using social media to banter every person running. I be banter the opposite
Like,
presidential candidate or something. You understand? So social media like that, they all use it is like a strategy in politics. You understand? You have to, it might not be so. It is so important because now a lot of youths want to vote because they all want change. So now a lot of youths use social media. So you have to use social media to connect to the youth. Do you feel me? So social media is that powerful. Social media is what brought like a lot. I'm saying this not because I'm supporting any political party or anything, but social media is what brought a lot of Peter Obi fans together. You understand? Social media is that powerful. If you can make 6 figures off social media, it's really powerful.
social media is also like this podcast now. If we were to do this podcast in the era of social media, we would have to go to like a radio station to like tell them to broadcast our podcast.
Yeah.
If you're going to like do all this stuff, if there wasn't social media, I would like to say this: society won't be so intelligent as of now, because now I can just I have an issue, I can just go to Google and search for it. Google has links to maybe YouTube. Some guy on YouTube already explained it. I just go to Google,
Facts.
check it out. You can see society is getting more intelligent with social media and everything. I'm very sure that if there was no YouTube, I don't know if I'll be a programmer, because I learned to program by myself. I had to go watch YouTube videos and everything. Maybe I'd have done regular classes, and then I might have given up and dropped out and maybe became someone else or something. So social media is kind of it's very key in the society that we live in right now, and I'm very sure it'll be very key in society going forward. I don't know what will happen in maybe 2070 or 2090. That only time will tell for that one and everything. And how many people do you think use social media, like our demographic?
Are you saying like I think everybody uses, even old people now use social media. I mean, everybody uses social media in the way they know how to use it. It depends on what you call your own social media. You understand?
Yeah.
I can be using um, a writing portfolio whereby people are, you get me, and I call that my social media. You understand? And I don't do any other social, Twitter, Instagram kind of stuff. You understand? It's just for writers. I do everything. I can call that my social media because I'm definitely meeting people. I'm building a social network. You understand? So I can call that my own social media. So yeah, I think a lot of people now do. I don't have a specific number, but like I can say be 89% of people in social media.
We would think that like young people use social media more than older people, but there was like a poll, like some data that about TikTok. Yeah. TikTok is like the most downloaded app
Yeah.
everywhere since 2018, right? And TikTok was the most downloaded app in the world, like not social media app in the world, the most downloaded application, mobile application in the first quarter of 2022, right? And most of the demographic, they say that 58% of the users on TikTok are actually above 30. So that's a lot
So
of people.
it's not just kids that use social media.
But we can't say that 50% of, we can say that among 100 percent of users on TikTok, we say like 30% of people on TikTok are actually creators. So most of the stuff that will be there will probably be close to our own demographic than the older generation demographic. So they're just the viewers there and everything. So there's another point here. How would you categorize social media? Like categorize social media. There's like let's say, now let me just give an example of like categorize. I would say Twitter, Twitter, Reddit, and I don't know for Facebook. Let's say Twitter and Reddit are like social media for like for free speech. Let's say free speech or something like that. Instagram and Instagram, which other social media is there? I don't even know social media. Instagram is for, let's say, for showing what you're doing right now, like your latest feat, your latest achievement or something, because people post pictures there, your latest car, your latest coat or something. So how you categorize social media?
Well, firstly, people use social media the way they feel they can use it. Some people just use it because like they just want to use it, just like showing themselves out. Like I said, just showing my latest fit. You understand? But most people use it for their content and everything. I don't know a lot of social media platforms. I probably know just like I'm probably using just like 5 or 8. But I think platforms like Twitter and Reddit, like you said, are just mainly for being able to, write your things. That's why Twitter is really good for writers, and you can just write a trend and you cannot write something like that on Instagram. So it's all different kind of vibe. Instagram is mainly like picture content creators or video content creators. Let's say, okay, let's first categorize content creators. Okay, let's look at it from the point of view of content creators. You understand me? So we have picture, we have influencers. We are all influencers in our own way. I'm an influencer in my own way because I'm a podcaster. Everybody listens to a lot of people listen to my podcast. I'm a writer. Some people read my articles, some people read my short stories and everything. And I just tweet what's my own point of view on Twitter. A lot of people read it and a lot of people like it or retweet it. Anyhow, it's relating to them.
Yeah.
So now let's look at people, content creators who are based on pictures and videos. Based on pictures and videos, and look at content creators who are based on writing and who are based on maybe talking about football or something. You understand? If you are talking about football, let's use football as an example. If you are talking about football, Twitter is like the best place to talk about football because like nobody will come down and start yarning cap on Instagram and saying this is this. Like,
yeah.
You get like a lot of people use Twitter, especially like football Nigerian football Twitter. Sorry, is like a lot of people use that thing to just I can just be bantering somebody I don't even know in my life. You understand? And I can't just be bantering somebody I don't know on Instagram. It doesn't add up. You understand? I cannot be commenting on that Instagram comments or something.
You guys not comment.
Exactly, you get my point. So everything has its uses and everything has where it can be used for. Now you have a podcast where your podcast is meant to be is a podcast platform. Yeah. So all these really good creators are creating these platforms for us to use. For content creators to use mostly the main reasons why all these things are created is for content. TikTok is created for content creators to be able to use to
showcase
to promote whatever they want to promote. Since TikTok has been in existence, I don't know, maybe 2018 or something, you realize how many musicians have been using TikTok to actually promote their songs. You feel me? And if not because TikTok, a lot of songs will not even smell my ear.
Exactly.
A lot of so TikTok has become a very big influence. That's why it is mostly used. A writer cannot be using TikTok. Are you understand me? A writer cannot be using TikTok. The only time a programmer might be using TikTok is maybe it's just doing compose or something on TikTok. He cannot really say what he wants to say on TikTok. You understand? He has to do like a video, something on YouTube or a podcast, or just write everything he wants to write on Twitter. Are you understanding me?
Yeah.
So every social media platform, I don't know how to categorize them because I don't know everything. But then everything has its use. Like everything in this world is like under every type of social media platform. Every work you do, every digital skill, there is a place you can express whatever you are doing, express your own thoughts, your ideas. Maybe you just learned a new formula. I'm sure there's a platform whereby mass people used to yarn their stuff. I'm not a mass freak. I'm just saying, you understand what I'm saying. At least there's a platform where writers, just come together and talk to each other, and everything feels calm. There's no distraction. There is a platform where everything feels calm and there's no distraction. Like Instagram now, I can't be a writer and focus my writing stuffs on Instagram. I can only promote my website on Instagram. You
Yeah.
understand? So I cannot be using Instagram for my main stuffs. You understand? So all these things, everything has their own uses. You understand? So I don't know if I knew all social media platforms, yes, I'll start categorizing them.
All right. So, for the people that are listening, you should know the social media, social media platform that works best for you. You cannot, like you said, you cannot be a UI UX designer and be doing your stuff on Twitter or Reddit. Those are mostly for expressing views and so. Although you can still post pictures but they won't flow as much as Instagram, where your UI UX designing is just all about pictures and can just post it on Instagram and stuff like that. So know the platform that you're going to use for whatever stuff that you're doing. So now we're going to talk about social media, the good, the bad, and we will not say the ugly. We'll say how you can avoid the ugly, right? So we're going to use the bad part of the social media. So we'll first do the bad part, then we'll do the good part. So we're going to end on a very positive notes. Right? So I just had 2 or 3 or 4 points here. Then the bad part about social media, the toxicity on social media, and we can both relate on the fact that all this. I think there's one latest trend is that people just say he's a 10, she's a 10, but this
I really do not understand that thing, so I've never related to it. So every time I see it, I just pass by. I'm like, okay, these people are doing their thing.
The person is all right. I'm trying to say the person is all right, but he or she has a flaw, people put a red flag that they cannot relate to. How I put it now, just giving an example, she's a 10, but she spills she presses the toothpaste from the middle. That's just an example of what I'm just trying to say. Yeah, so that's how people put it. And it's not just that. Actual toxicity is different from just playing around. I don't want to dive too much into the toxicity, because I usually avoid those parts of social media. Anytime I see something toxic, I just swipe it. I don't even look at all this toxic stuff because I don't want it to affect me later. But you kind of understand what I mean,
Yeah, I get you.
about random ass toxicity stuff about all this. I don't know. I don't want to name anything specific before this stuff turns into an argument or something. I don't want to name anything specific, but the toxicity on social media is bad, and is really bad at an alarming rate. And what I'm really concerned about, because there was one video that I watched that this guy said that by 2030, half of the women that are the childbearing age would either be single or not pregnant because of the whole social media stuff. Because women, just normal plain women, can just go on social media and just see some random toxic stuff about men and believe that that's how all men are, or that believe that that's how it is, and then they miss out on things because they believe what that person said on social media, the toxic stuff that the person said on social media, and then later affects their life. And what me I believe though is that everything that's happening now on social media, the bad stuff, what I believe is that it's going to later affect all of us down the road. It's going to affect all of us down the road. All this whole toxic banter and everything now, this whole gender wars and stuff, and the whole misogynistic feminist stuff thing, and the whole everything. Sure. The way me I believe, the way me I see, I'm just sitting down at the edge of the road, thinking that this stuff is going to collide on us. It's not even going to be the millennials, it's going to be our own generation. It's going to collide on us, and I'm going to place myself in a way that I'm not going to be hit by the left or by the right. So I just want everyone to keep note on that. So what do you feel about this whole toxicity social media stuff?
So, like I would say, everybody's capping on the internet. Everybody's capping on the internet. Not everybody, but most people actually cap on the internet. They say some things that they can never understand. Cannot somebody's people say a lot of unrealistic point of view, and or about their life or about some things, and which puts a lot of pressure on people reading it. You understand? Imagine I'm a writer and I'm writing all toxic and everything. Somebody just jumps on my writing, and it makes a little bit sense. Maybe it makes like the way I put the words together, just enters her head or enter his head. You understand? And she just believes it, or he just believes it. You understand? So that's how the influence is. The influence is easy to influence somebody on social media because everybody wants to be like some certain people they see on social media.
Yeah.
You understand? So I get what you are saying, but I feel at the end of the day, this gender war, we just have to come to an agreement. Never end. This is not the first time we've been having this gender war in history of humanity. I'm very sure that's been coming. It has been coming.
The way you're putting it is that what everyone is saying on social media is just bluff. I can go on social media and say I hate, just an example, please. I can just go on social media and say I hate women are trash, and in real life I see later marry like 2 years later.
Do you get everybody's capping on the internet? Make una just calm down. You understand? So,
it's making me kind of calm down a little that we're not going to crash on ourselves at some point. But the thing about social media is that no one I can on a normal social day, there's some things I cannot say to your front. But on social media, I can just create an account and just say it.
I was about to say this. I can just say anything I want in a very good way that they will not even touch my account. Yeah, in Twitter they give restrictions and suspensions and everything. I say something very, 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 very annoying and I put signs and everything. It doesn't sound violent or anything. What will you do to me? Nothing. You just rant and cap. You cannot do me anything, and I feel okay. Yes, that's where cyberbullying also comes up. You understand? People use social media because of they are well known and everything to actually.
And then people just imagine you're popular, and the fact that there are no rules on social media. Just imagine that you're popular, and you just wake up one morning and somebody is insulting you. Just somebody that just people can just hit you just for no specific reason. They just hit you because one of their friends hates you, and that's it. Like just like that. And then you block them and they create another account to do the same thing and it's all blocking different accounts and they just keep creating new accounts and stuff like that.
I think this is how Twitter works. This is how Twitter. Anybody that takes like banters from Twitter seriously is not ready to take life serious. Because if you take them seriously, you just gonna hang yourself. Nobody send your papa. I'm sorry to say that. Nobody send your papa. everybody won't banter you. Everybody won't just get fun. See, some people are. There's this person I know is very. I'm not trying to shame the person, but then for real life, get mouth. You understand? He's like a what do you call these people that know book? A nerd. Yeah, you get me. But on social media, this guy has mouth. You understand? He will say things and he'll hurt you and everything, but he no send you because like he's feeling bullied in real life and he's just pouring out the aggression on you on social media. You understand? But you're not taking it like all serious and everything to just affect your life. Yeah. That's why most of these celebrities try as much as possible to ignore whatever they hear on social media or whatever they say on social media. Once that some people say Burna Boy does not have control, it should just be fashion. These things are not actually easy. You understand? Imagine working every time and you see somebody saying shit about your work. You go just want to talk, especially when you just you be high temper person. So that's how it works. No, don't take shit, anything they're saying on social media so serious. You understand? If it makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, just don't go deep into it. Like Joba said, all this toxic stuff and everything. If you see anything toxic, just swipe. Don't need to. You understand? If you are trying to prove somebody that tweets something, he's surely going to read that thing again before he actually press that tweet button. You understand? So you cannot change that kind of person's mind. You there's no how you change the person's mind. The person, even though you try to change his mind, the person will always want to, and that is just going to give you stress and headache. It doesn't worth your time. You are not supposed to waste time on social media. Don't waste time on social media.
So, just another question. Do you think free speech is a problem on social media? Like, anyone can just say anything, any day, anytime, without any consequences, and just imagine now, I'm insulting someone on social media. An example, I insult someone on social media, and then I'm insulting this person so badly that, an example, the person decides to take his or her own life, and the next day, without consequences, I just go about my normal day, just chilling and everything. Do you think free speech? Yeah,
everybody has the right to say whatever they want to say. Real life self, if I talk to you and you just go to hang yourself, nobody can arrest me. Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody can arrest me. I did not do anything. I just spoke. I have the freedom to speak. So that same thing applies on social media. But then if you are just the person, there's a consequence. You can just give the person abusing you or the person saying shit about you. You can block this person. Continue blocking, they will get tired. Continue blocking. You see, you just to avoid distress. There was this guy on social media that says, I know I need this publicity, I know I need this popularity and everything. Then I'm working to get all these things. So that's why people are following me. They are enjoying my content. That's why you are following me. But then if I feel that I'm not enjoying the fact that you are following me again, I will block you. That is already entering me too much. If I'm not comfortable, I'll block you. So if you like, follow me again and you still do the same shit, I'll block you again. I do not care how, he's doing something good now. Of course, yes, I support him. He's doing something good. His work is showing for it. The fact that people are following him, liking his tweets, retweeting his tweets, commenting under his tweet or commenting under his Instagram post shows that, okay, this guy is actually doing something. So you that are just, if he's blocking you, don't tell me that, okay, who are the fans that are going to the... Let's use a musician for an example. The people who hate a musician. If I hate, I don't hate anybody. I like all the goods, Nigerian music and everything. But then if I do not like, let me not use Wizkid, so they will not come. If I do not like Burna Boy, I love Burna Boy. Everybody knows I love Burna Boy. But then if I do not like Burna Boy, and he drops a song, I'll still listen to that song just to see if it's shit or not. Either way, he's making his money. Do you get? Yeah. So these things are not meant to come to you. They're not meant to enter your head. or anything. Just do your thing. If you are trying to create content on social media, create your content. If you are trying to have fun, have your fun. Don't look for trouble. You look for trouble, they block you. Bye bye. Don't need to. Life is not hard. That's just like one big thing. Life is not hard. Don't give up. And if you are feeling depressed, social media is not the best place. If you are feeling depressed or you're having anxiety or anything, social media is definitely the best place.
Yeah.
Maybe you should download it. If you're having anxiety, let not use depression, because I've never felt depression. I don't know how to solve a depressed person's problem. But if you're having anxiety, you can just maybe download a movie, listen to a podcast or something, just chill or go and work out. Social media is not really the best place. You see things that annoy you more.
That's even like that's like a point. But that's after this one, so we can talk about that one too. Like how social media give people. I mean, how social media gives evil people a way to communicate. Now, there was this popular opinion like this, that evil, just random as doing bad stuff, is getting more organized. Like evil is getting more organized. You can have like radical groups and everything doing planning random as bad stuff. And what people are now saying is that social media gave very bad people a way to communicate with themselves. So evil is now more widespread. Now, like if you had let's say there's like 8 billion people in the world, right? And for sure, let's say 4.5 or let's say 4 billion people are evil, right? But are scattered across the world. They can't really do any significant harm. We put it like that. But now that the 4 billion people are now connected across the world, they can actually do significant harm. You get what I mean?
I get you.
Yes.
So, firstly, we cannot stop social media. We cannot stop it.
Yeah.
It. As much as the evil people need social networking, so do we that are the good people. We do need to fight these evil people. So, the thing is, I don't know what to say on this, because there's no how to stop these people, because they'll communicate if they want to communicate. Even though you are trying to track their stops, they'll still use a burner. Everybody cannot love everybody. That's the fact. That's the humanitarian fact. Everybody cannot love everybody.
Yeah.
God told us to go and love and everything. That's that. You have enemies. In world. Even though you don't hate anybody, some people will hate you.
Really?
So people will hate you. So you cannot stop evil. You just have to, try to stop it from causing a lot of damage. So we need social media to even do that too. Can't really stop evil.
Okay, there's this other point about this. I think we talked about it before. The oppression on social media and how it affects the younger generation. Because I can this one personally, because I think when I was around like 15, 14, let's say 14, 15, 16. Yeah, that time I was still using Instagram. And I can be honest with you, like speaking on actual stuff, Instagram was making me feel depressed, like let's say anxious and depressed, because I felt that I will see my age mates, like people that are my age bracket, my age group, really doing well, and me in my then shit still life was like this is not life. And then you feel sad and everything that things are not working out well for you. So I can actually speak on this oppression and how it affects younger generation. So what do you feel about that?
I mean, first of all, I want to say, look at you now. Look at how many of them have what you have now. How many of them have achieved whatever you have. Most of them are setbacks. Most of them are still doing the same thing they've been doing for the past 4 years. You get me? So you don't have to look at. I mean, okay, let me first talk about the oppression. Yes, the oppression is crazy. I mean, I just talked about it on my podcast. what's it called?
The pressure is getting.
Um, the pressure is getting worse. So yes, the pressure is getting worse in every kind of aspect. Imagine, imagine I'm a really young guy. On my age, I see my age mates doing well. Some being musicians and already getting deals, or some being footballers, or some being whatever they are doing. Okay, let's focus on the Instagram. Yeah, some being models and they are getting deals and they are showing up that okay, yes, I'm getting deals. They are able to show that yes, they are really doing. But the thing is, deep down, I don't know like the other part of the story. I don't know what they had to go through. I don't know how they did it. I don't know since when they've been doing it. Because me, I'm just like 14 years old and I'm just realizing that okay, man, my age mates are already going far, or I'm just 18 years old. I'm like, oh god, I'm just realizing they have probably realized these things since when they were kids, and their parents are probably prompt them all these things. You understand? So it's the way everybody journeys life is different. Now I have my own stuff now. Now I'm an influencer in my own way. I do not care how many followers I have. The thing is, I'm impacting people. The fact that I'm impacting people is enough. So in my own way, I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. But if I'm not getting paid, that's another issue.
Yeah.
That's another issue. I'm doing something. I'm improving myself. I'm getting better. I'm becoming, all those becoming a better person, knowing yourself, discovering yourself, being a better person, doing something for yourself, using a brand for yourself. Do whatever you want to do for yourself. Do what you love doing. I'm doing all that. All I need to do is be consistent. So now me reasoning that, bro, guy, this Sapa and shit, give you just the see, it just makes sense. You guys make money. Your friends actually doing Yahoo. Friends doing this, your friends, doing tech and everything. And some of my friends be like, guys, we good learn tech. I say learn tech for it. I don't sabi it's now they use tech. I don't like them now. You get, I don't be something where I like. I can never do what I do not like doing. To never last. You cannot do something you do not like doing for 5 years. It will drain you.
Yeah.
To drain you. If something is draining you, during every aspect in your relationship, your family, everything, just drain you so bad. So I'm like, I cannot do what I do not love doing. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to like doing. And come to look at my life at this age, I'm doing very, very okay. I'm not poor at my age. You understand? I'm doing very okay. I'm doing everything I am supposed to be doing. There's no need for rush. You just have to get your head up and do what you have to do. This is just my own point of view. I'm not speaking for everybody that is going to listen to this podcast. I'm just trying to tell you that, just pick points from these people's life. They've started working for this far long and you have realized. You understand? Don't just look and say, okay, this person is making big moves and I'm just here. He's making big moves, but you're just here thinking you're not making the moves. Why are you not making the moves? You're supposed to be making the moves. You understand? So instead of you regretting and being oppressed, of course, the oppression will get to us. Let it get into your head. Just do something for yourself. Yes.
Do your own thing. I can say that when I was 16, when I was around that age, I didn't really have the knowledge I have now. So if I eventually go back to Instagram at some point and I see the same thing I saw when I was 16, I'll just like, it won't really affect me. Let's say it won't really affect me, it won't affect me at all. I would just understand that everybody's just doing their own thing. And
just come to think of it, like when I was still in secondary school and everything, I was really thinking about those Instagram followers and everything. I want to be an influencer, this kind of stuff. Now I don't really think about the followers. I'm just focused on actually building a brand, not about whatever I was thinking of. So yeah, I can actually relate to you trying to think back to what you have thought then and going to do now. Exactly. So yeah, it makes sense, to be honest.
People post stuff on social media. They post the half, but you don't know the other half. Just like Benjamin now. Benjamin posts like a new episode of his podcast. You see the half, but you don't see the other half. when he was writing his script and he was waiting for the guests and there were some setbacks and everything. So just
Yeah.
think about it that everybody's success that you see on social media and anything, you're seeing the half, but you don't know the other half. Right? So don't think
Don't
that
know how they go to that
how,
point.
how they got to that point. So don't weigh down on yourself that you can't get to that point. Everyone has their own journey in life. Everyone's journey is different. So you just need to stay on your own path, improve on yourself. And one thing I always try to tell myself every day is that people won't pay you. Like the money is not pursuing. People that pursue the money might eventually get the money. Life is very complicated, right? People that pursue the money might eventually get the money, but money will pursue people with skills. Money will pursue people with skills. So if you have skills, if you have something that you're good at, money will surely come to you. That's what I always tell myself, that if you have something you're good at, you surely get money. There's no how. So whatever you're doing, improve on yourself, better at it, be better at your skills. So that's why I just try to tell myself, and then maybe you can try the same thing for the listeners.
And it's probably working because Jabba has moved really, Jabba has really, be honest, gets
I look back,
whatever he's doing in his programming and everything.
yeah. I look back to when I started. I used to use one very tiny laptop. The laptop didn't even have a battery. Like, so if they take light, your work is gone. So I always have to save it. And if they take light on the laptop, I'll have to, if I want to turn it on, I'll have to turn it on. Then I have to hibernate it. I'll have to turn it on again before I can now do anything on it because it starts glitching. So I look back at it and we thank God because thank God. I think I don't want to make this episode too long, so we might just go through the positive side. Let me see the fact that really affect our generation. Okay, I think I've talked about that. So let's talk about the positive side of social media. So the solutions. I'm not just here to talk about the problem. What I noticed in Africa about our generation, like about our race in Africa, is that we like to talk about the problems, but we don't always talk about the solutions, right? So when you have the problem, everybody's just nagging about it, everybody's just shouting and complaining. But the way I see things, we have a problem. We talk about the problem 2 minutes, the solution 58 minutes. What are we going to do? How are we going to do this, right? So now I'll talk about the problem. Now let's talk about the solutions, what you can take out of this episode of this podcast, right? So we will say the first thing I wrote here, maybe Benjamin too can formulate his own solutions, but me, the first thing I wrote here was avoid social media the first thing you wake up, right?
Yeah, bro. I was reading this. Sorry to cut you off. Reading these Atomic Habits by, I can't remember the name of the guy. So,
yeah.
And I don't really read books on self-development, but I felt that I really need it one of these days. And I've been trying to stop, checking my phone the first thing I wake up. No, doesn't, like, I don't have to take social media the first thing I wake up. It's not really healthy. You understand?
Mm.
So I've been trying to avoid it. It was not working. So I thought it was just me and a couple of people, not knowing that if I can keep up to that habit, like actually really, really.
Yeah.
When I was reading the book, immediately I saw that thing. I was like, yes. I was really happy. I don't know why I was happy. I was just happy that okay, I had been doing something just before somebody else told me. I realized on a platform anywhere. You understand?
Yeah.
That act of checking your phone the first thing you wake up. I mean, checking social media. You can check your phone. Maybe you have calls, or you just want to check how your daily schedule will go on. But then checking owning your data or going on social media the first thing you wake up.
It's going to affect like your workflow for that day. So
throughout that day. I mean, imagine you go on TikTok the first thing you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
You sleep there.
Exactly. And you feed yourself with, you might see positive stuff, might see negative stuff. And you feel yourself in negative stuff, the first thing you wake up in the morning, you might just look at your day as negative and things might not be working your way and just be like you might get annoyed for things that just seem very, very minor because of what you have like fed yourself early in the morning when you woke up and everything. So there's another point here. Let social media content be focused on positive things like
I mean,
yeah,
talk about it.
yeah, you can talk about it.
Well, yeah, I think I can relate to that. If you are going to be on social media,
Yeah,
if you're a content creator or not, you should follow people that are doing what you are doing. You get
exactly.
me? You should
Yeah.
follow. You don't just follow that. I wonder how people who have a lot of followers, following, are actually coping with their timeline or with their FYP or something. You should follow people that are doing what you are doing, so you don't see things that just annoys you or something. Follow people that impacts you, that gives. That you don't just follow.
They're actually saying stuff.
Exactly.
Like, on my Twitter, when I load my Twitter, I see stuff that I would want to see normally, just like maybe programming stuff, stuff about like
Do you
positive.
understand? Like that's the thing you should. That is the thing that I'm doing. I want to see things that I'm doing, not something that is not relating. Like, the good thing
Yeah.
about Twitter is that they have this Twitter. I think is I don't know what it's called, whereby you can put like different accounts to different sections of. So when you wake up, you can just swipe to any section you want to. I've forgotten the name. List. I think it's Twitter list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing is very, 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 very good.
I say when you wake up in the morning, you swipe to your positive side.
I just
Maybe during the swipe
Do you get-
football. Yeah. Yeah.
No, it was like that. I told you before I realized that I needed to stop doing what's it called? That's waking up and checking the internet. I said that okay, I don't think I can do this. You understand? Let me just create a Twitter list, and that thing has been. I just wake up and I just I'll put it in a reasonable place. I don't put it where maybe on Saturdays I'll put it in football because I want to say okay, what happens today? You understand? You make it I wake up, I just put it in football. It's just Saturday now. But then on a normal weekday, I swipe and put to place where I see maybe probably motivational quotes or
Yeah.
or how to do some writing or podcasting. You understand?
Yeah.
Seeing people's reviews of people's podcasts and checking on how to do my own stuff. So that thing, if you are not able to do that, wake up late and you are like a constant wake up and check your internet stuff and a constant Twitter user, and the first thing you wake up and the first thing you do when you wake up is open your Twitter account. Just try to create that list. It really help you. Although don't deny yourself from stopping to check internet the first time you wake up.
Yeah. All right. I think my last point on this list is cut toxic people off. Like just cut toxic people. There's some people that on my WhatsApp, I just check I don't really check people's status, but when I check some people's status, I'm like, I just look at it and I'm like, I don't have a problem with anybody's thing. I like to keep an open mind. I don't hate anybody's content. I don't try to. Everyone is doing their own thing. That's why I just put in my mind. Everyone has their own thing to do. But there's some people I just look at on their WhatsApp and I just look at that status and I'm like, this is not for me. And I'll just meet your status. I probably won't tell you and you won't even notice. But just meet you because what you're putting is like it's too toxic for like how would you. I'm just giving an example. Don't I have a problem with it or anything? How would you just post in your status like you just type random stuff that I'm sure my friends are forsaking me. I'm not even fine and this and that and this and that. And I just look at it. I'm like, this is not what I want to be feeling right now. This is not where I want to put my energy right now. And I'll just just leave it down at some point where I might not see it again ever. So you just cut toxic people. Anyone that is toxic, anyone that is just dragging you down, but you're trying to do something beautiful, and someone is trying to tell you that that guy, what you're doing is not even making sense at all. Just slowly cut that person.
That thing, that
You don't need
you
to
know.
talk about I'm cutting everybody off. Or just leave the person behind.
Bro, that thing you said last year when I was starting my podcast, I got a message from somebody saying that thing. I think the person was saying it jokingly. He probably didn't mean. I'm sure he didn't mean it. He was just playing with me. He listened to the podcast and came to give me a review. He was playing with me, but that thing he said was actually stuck in my brain. That, bro, you're actually really wasting your time. Oh. What are you doing? What are you teaching people? Are you teaching people? You want to teach people how to live their life or anything? I'm not teaching people how to live their life. I'm just, pouring my point of view out on my own podcast. It is my own podcast. If I want to do it, I do it. So I was like, we'll just, I had to just forget about it. I made sure I'm not overthinking that kind of stuff. So for you that that you cannot overlook things or just feel that this person is sharing trash.
Yeah.
Is if you cannot stop talking to the person, WhatsApp has made it easy. Archive the person. Archive the person's status. No, I really archive some people's status because it's not making sense to me. So I archive a lot of people's status. If I'm not feeling what you're posting and I'm feeling okay, but I don't want to argue with you because I have a lot of better things I'm doing.
Me too.
Let me just archive this one a bit. Cannot come and spoil my day. So archiving, learn how to archive people's status, not people's status.
Yeah. What else would you add to the list?
How to use social media the best. I feel okay. You should sleep early. You should not sleep on social media. Like, unless you quickly wanted to do like a one last job, something. Don't sleep on social media. If you want to sleep whether you're reading a book or you're watching a good content relating to what you're doing. When you wake up in the morning, the idea you wake up with is heavenly. I'm saying this because I've tried it. This is what I do. This is every time. This is what I do. I sleep with the content, not. Social media is consuming content, of course, but then there are places where you can just go to. You understand? That's why I said everything has its space. Everything you are doing has its space. Once I go to my own space, you understand? I read the content I want to read, or I read a book about self-development, or I read a book about relationship, or maybe I'm looking for a topic for my podcast. All the topics I have, I don't feel I should say it. I should use it that week. Okay, let me just read a kind of relationship kind of. It might not be whatever I get from that book I'm using, but then once I wake up in the morning, I don't know why it's an habit now. I just have idea, and one thing I normally do is my table is always beside my bed. I don't want to touch my phone the first thing in the morning. You understand? I'm trying to stop that thing. So
you just write it down.
I just write it down. I just come to my book and write everything down. You imagine the amount of things I write down after you're just waking up. Your head has not done anything. You have not even prayed, and the first thing that comes to your mind is, okay, so this idea. Just you write 3 pages or 2 pages and like it's not everything you use, but trust me, the main things you use are inside whatever you write. You understand? So you just just try it. Just try it for 2 weeks. Just try it for 2 weeks and say, okay, the first day did not work, second day did not work. Just continue trying. You see it will work. It will work out. So one is do not sleep on social media. Even though you are not sleeping early, do not sleep on social media. Do not wake up, okay? What else? You should build a lot of positive social media network.
Connections.
What do you do on social media? You understand? You should be a lot of positive social media network that are impacting to your life. Don't just build networks for nonsense. That you imagine having somebody that has OnlyFans number, like an OnlyFans what's it called?
List.
Imagine talking to that kind of person. I beg. It's just going to destroy your brain because pornography is sense. So imagine having that kind of person's Kenny on your phone. That's you should build reasonable social media networks. Have the good circle of, if you don't really have a friend, just there's no how you should have people you talk to. Have circle of people that make sense.
Yeah.
Because I talk to everybody. You understand? I'm not saying you should ghost everybody, but then it's not healthy for social media. Social media is for you. I used to read this person's newsletter and it was like, stop wasting hours on social media. Although it's difficult for me to do that because I really have to, build myself, my brand on social media and everything. So, but then the person was like, don't spend too much hours on social media. Spend much hours on things you are doing, like the content you understand. And I've tried as much as possible to, spend really. When I want to decide that, okay, I'm not replying this person's message. I'm not replying this text. I know, I just see a pop-up message from Instagram. No, I'm not replying this. Just focus on.
Mm-hmm.
So learn to ignore texts sometimes. If you are working, learn to ignore texts. Learn to ignore pop-up messages, or maybe you turned on somebody's notification. Learn to ignore it. You understand? It's not everything you check out. You check out. Imagine you're having an idea and you're like on your phone's notes and pop-up message just comes up and you tap the message. You reply the person. The time you go back,
that one again.
Everything has gone. All the ideas. So learn to ignore people sometimes. No, I'm not saying you should ghost people. Like I said before, just learn to know when to talk to people. You have the time to, okay, this is the time I want to chat. Okay, when I wake up, I see texts, I'm not going to reply, even though I know my time. This is what I want to reply.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm editing my podcast now. I know that, so there's something I said I was going to put in the podcast. Somebody messages me, I'm never.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll reply a message. Because I'm doing something. Until I finish doing that something, I'll not reply the message. So maybe when I'm importing, you understand? Maybe when I'm importing or exporting or something, you understand? Okay, if it's important, it's really reply. So those are like the really good things you should use your social media to do. Social media is meant to be used for good, just to be flexing our career.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that was like a very informative episode. I actually gained a lot of stuff from it. See me just nodding my head back and forth like, yeah. I'm actually this episode when I release it.
No problem.
So thank you, Benjamin, for hopping with us on this episode.
Yeah, welcome.
Talk about the social media stuff. I think this was part of the social issues series, but this episode was more of like an informative stuff than an actual issue. So maybe I should switch all my series to more of informative stuff, like more focusing on the solutions and problems. So I'll actually keep that in mind for my next.
That'll be very nice.
Right. So thank you everyone for listening to this episode. Thank you for joining me on this episode with Benjamin and on the podcast. If you want to open an episode, you can always email me, tweet me, message me wherever you can find me. I always have some links, my email and my Twitter in the description. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Can get it anywhere you get a podcast, and have a nice day, have a nice week, and listen carefully to what we said on this podcast. If you're not really interested in it, just keep that. Listen to the solutions, how you can maximize social media for your everyday life, how you can use social media for the best of your work and everything. And thank you for listening, and catch you on the next one. Peace.